Hello guys, welcome to Devil Zone Gaming YouTube channel. Press the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to drag headshot easily. So number one, drag headshot depends more on your phone than on you. So it actually depends on both RAM and software. It's not like other YouTubers say like depends on how much RAM you have and all. No, it actually depends on both your phone's RAM and software, and sometimes even the processor. So if you have an Android, which most of you have, there's a different settings, and there's like amounts of RAM and processor that you need to be worried about. But for iOS, it's a completely different story. I don't own an iOS, so I don't know much about it. So I'm not going to talk about it either. So let's move on for the classification of RAMs. If you have 2 to 3 GB RAM phones, you can't do much. All you can do in the game is just play on smooth. That's all. The only thing you can do is play on smooth. I'm telling you, don't be ashamed or anything. Just play on smooth. Smooth is the best setting for 2 to 3 GB RAM phones. So now let's move on to the second one, 4 GB RAM phone. For 4 GB, it's completely different story. I know most of you own a phone 4 GB RAM phone, so all you can do is just play on standard or ultra. Ultra only if the processor supports it. Like if you have a Snapdragon 710, or you have a like a 600 series processor or something like that, and it supports, you can play on ultra high FPS. But I recommend you to turn off shadows, because it's not going to do much. It's not that big of a difference, and it'll just put less strain on the phone, so it's better. So now for the next one, 6 GB RAM and more phones. You can plan to whatever graphics you like. It doesn't really matter, because that's the highest level, the best flagship phone you can get. I recommend you guys to play on high FPS with shadows off only if your phone supports it. Now second part is basically about the sensitivity. Drag headshot also depends on your sensitivity. And never make everything 100. General 100, red dot 100. Don't make everything 100. It's the first mistake that you are making. If you're doing it, please stop right now. I know other YouTubers, they have everything on 100. You do this, you'll always get the drag headshot. No, it doesn't work like that. So never keep it 100. You have to find a sweet spot, by just experimenting. And also I'll give you some of my recommendations. So for general, you should always keep it between 75 to 95. If you keep it less than 75, when you drag it will never go above the body, or even above the neck, so you can't really do anything about it. So then if you keep it above 95, every time you drag it goes above the head, the bullet just flies above the head, so it never hits the head, so you're missing all your shots. So just keep it between 75 to 95. Okay, so for red dot, you can keep it below 50. If you're using a red dot for long range, if you keep it below 50, it's a guaranteed headshot kill, dude. I bet it's a guaranteed headshot kill. So for 2x, it's really hard, to control recoil and drag and all at a long range. So I personally recommend you to use anything below 75. Don't keep it too low or too high. 75, 60 to 75 is good. 4x you can do it same as 2x if you want, or you can keep it little less than 2x. For AWM, sniper scope, it's your wish. It all depends on you. You want to keep it 0, keep it 0. If you want to keep 100, you can keep 100. It's all left to you. So these are my settings. These are my so these are my graphics settings. For graphics, I have used ultra high FPS, shadows off, and classic brightness. And the sensitivity, this is my sensitivity. So now the next step is drag headshot doesn't only matter on RAM, your phone, and the sensitivity. It also depends on like which gun you are using, for what type of fight you are taking. It always depends on that too. And that's the most important part. So now every weapon requires its own sensitivity. So most of the weapons are classified into high sensitivity weapons like Scar, and with the titanium skin or the Cupid skin, and XM8 with the beast or monster skin, anything with double rate of fire. Scar, Cupid, Scar and XM8 and MP40. every bullet you shoot, it resets your aim back to the center of the body. So higher the rate of fire, higher should be your sensitivity to drag up. And then comes the next category, with like a medium rate of fire. Like we have the Dragon AK or the Halloween AK, not the normal ones like a flaming AK and all, like the Winterlands AK. It won't really work. So you have to use Dragon AK. I mean, I recommend you never use AK if you're trying to drag headshot. Only if you can't drag headshot, I recommend you to use AK because that's the highest damage. AK or AN94, it's left to you because it's the highest damage on the body. So you can just scope and scope out, zoom in, zoom out, do whatever you want. And for M4A1, it's one of the easiest weapons to control and drag headshot in Free Fire. You can use any M4A1 skin with double rate of fire, like the Earth M4A1 or Venom M4A1 can get the job done easily. So sensitivity that you have to use for it is 75 to 85 for general. I'm talking only about general. For high sensitivities, I mean Cupid Scar and XM8 and MP40, use 85 to 95. See, for Cupid Scar, XM8 and MP40, use 85 to 95. Then for like M4A1 AK and all, use 75 to 85. And shotgun, it doesn't really matter. The headshot only matters on your range and the angle at which you shoot the enemy, or at which the enemy is shooting at you. It's the same thing, but yeah. So I found my sweet spot to be 88. I can drag a shot with like every weapon here in Free Fire. So you guys have to experiment in training, change sensitivity here and there. You have to find your own sweet spot. That mine is 88. I have a OnePlus 60, 8GB RAM, 120GB storage, and yeah, you have to find your own sweet spot for that. So next, I recommend you not to use any other guns than the ones which I mentioned. That is Scar, XM8, MP40, M4A1, AK, and shotguns. Okay, so now this is the most important part. The secret only among the pros. A sacred setting among the legends and gods of Free Fire, which they use to kill hackers and scripters in the game. Getting used to it is hard and complicated, but once you master it, you become a legend. So it's called as the DPI setting. If you've never heard of it, it's very useful and a handy tool, to just drag headshot easily. So basically to just change the DPI setting, you have to head over. It only works on Android, by the way. It only works on Android. You have to head over to developer options. If you don't know what developer options are, just go to YouTube, search developer options for your device model. Like I have a OnePlus 60, you have to search OnePlus 60. You have a like a Realme XT, you have to search Realme XT, like that. And then once you find out how to turn on developer options, just turn on developer options. Then under developer options, search for smallest or shortest width. Yeah, it's called as in many phones it's called as shortest or smallest. It depends on which phone you have, but really it's the word which you are looking for is width. And it may have a number like 350 or 300 or even 400. It's always between that, and you have to remember that number. If you forget that number, you are screwed. So never forget that number. It's very important. So next, if you have 350 as your default, which is preset, make it 150 plus. So how much will it become? It will become 500. Use 500. Play more training, play more ranked games. 2 to 3 days you use it. I bet your headshot rate will definitely improve, your gameplay will definitely improve, you will win more gunfights, etc. So if you feel like that's really not good enough, you need more and all, you have to just add 150 more. So 500 plus 150, it's how much? 750, 650. Sorry, 650. My math is too bad. Okay, then next, I personally use 1440 or 1500 because I want to be the legend. And once you change the settings, everything will become really small and your phone gets really hard to control, but your gameplay will improve. But after you're done playing, just change back the setting, just to be on the safer side. And yeah, so That's how you become a legend in Free Fire. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video, and next, like, I don't know, tomorrow or day after, I will be uploading different videos on how to headshot with each class of weapons, like how to headshot with, you know, SMGs, how to headshot with the ARs, shotguns and all. But stay tuned for that too. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Hit that bell icon, share the video among your friends. Thank you for watching. It's me, Devil Nikhil, signing off.
Can we just begin again? Face the day, lost in it, your place when I put your hair, nothing all but air. You pick me up, spin me around your kitchen barefoot. Can't pretend I'm not in trouble again. If I'm honest, you love making problems, I love fixing them, 'cause then I'm burned in your head. When we collide, not coming out alive, but it feels so good, better than we should. It's been way too long, but still not long enough. No matter how we end, I want to begin again. It's been way too long, but still not long enough. No matter how we end, can't we just begin again? Too long, but still not long enough. No matter how we end, I want to begin again. It's been way too long, but still not long enough. No matter how we end, can't we just begin again?
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.